I'm Sergeant Ramsey. I'm the one that called you. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry to call you. Listen, we had a report of a disturbance at your house, and there were shots fired. Is your husband Michael? Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, ma'am. He's been killed. He's been killed, man. I'm sorry.
No, he's not.
Listen.
No.
Try to calm down.
No.
What you just saw was Dalia DiPolito crying over her husband's death. Something that was found not true. Everything you see here, from her immediate outburst of sorrow to the officer reporting, it's all done to uncover the actual plot. In this video, we're taking you through the crazy case of Dalia and how a successful sting operation prevented a terrible fate for her husband. In 2008, Dalia DiPolito was in real estate and had a side hustle as an escort when she met her husband, Michael DiPolito. Michael had a sheet on him for fraud but was very successful. But somewhere along the line, their marriage fell apart, and it was evident that she was using a criminal history to get whatever she wanted from him. One time, the police were tipped by an anonymous caller about Michael's involvement in narcotics. He was worried about losing his assets if arrested, so he signed off his assets to Dalia. Now, with the assets in her name, she wanted him gone. Dalia reached out to an ex-boyfriend named Mohammed Shihadeh to find an assassin, but instead of finding an assassin, he went to the police and informed them of the conversation.
She asked to find someone who can kill her husband for her.
Are you scared for the guy?
Yes, because she's really, dead serious on getting this done. She's maybe 5'6", 5'7", dark black hair. She's a good-looking girl. Really good-looking girl, actually.
But it was his word against hers. There was no proof. So to get proof, Shihadeh was made a confidential informant for the Boynton Police Department and was asked to arrange a meetup with Dalia in a public gas station to discuss the assassination.
This guy's a professional. It's not his mom is not going to get suspicious of you or anything like that.
Why me? Like, do you know what telling somebody is? Nobody's going to be able to point a finger at me.
And to conclude this conversation, Shihadeh tells her that the hitman wants $1,200 to buy a gun. And surprisingly, she counts it out and gives it to him, along with a picture of her husband.
Wipe my pants off the pictures. Really? You're gonna give him something with fingerprints all over?
This is when the detectives realize that this lead is actually a potential murder case. So now the police decided to plan this sting operation to gather as much evidence as there is. In 2 days, Dalia is called to meet with the assassin, who was actually Officer Whitty G, an undercover cop. After she gets into his car, the two discuss how the attack will take place.
Got a picture of the house or whatever.
How soon can we get everything going?
Well, it's up to you.
I mean, I need it done like this week, but like my understanding of everything was that like, you know, I was gonna give you what I gave you, and then that was everything. Until after the fact. And then after the fact, I guess you were gonna come and like find me or whatever. I mean, I'm good for it. Like, it's not like I don't have it or anything. I mean, I know not to fuck around with you. You know certain things, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you obviously know where I'm at.
I could get it done by Wednesday if you want me to. You understand? But I gotta do my homework. You know,
right.
I gotta know exactly where the place is and how to get out of there, how to get in and out. You understand what the neighbors are like? I gotta call the cops. Report a shooting to see how fast they get to that location. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do.
Okay.
That's gonna cost me a lot of money.
So if we go ahead and we do it, like, at the house, like, how soon could you do it? And
I could do it Wednesday morning. It's gonna be like I break into the house, didn't think he was gonna be home because everybody works in the daytime.
Right.
I'm gonna think he's at work. Boom, he's not at work, then, he gets two in the head. That's it, I take a couple things with me, break a couple windows, make it look like a robbery that went bad, and it's all over. I'm gone out of there. We're just going to be asking you questions, although they know it's going to be obvious what it is, and they already know, but, they're going to ask questions, because that's how they got to do it. But I don't know how well you handle pressure. You understand? I don't know, because I don't want...
No, I'm not going to, I'm a lot tougher than what I look. I know you see me, and you're like, oh, what a cute little girl, whatever. But I'm not.
You are. You're extremely beautiful.
Thank you, but, I just need to make sure everything's going to take care of.
Between now and when it's done, you're not going to have an option to change your mind. Even if you change your mind, talking to him.
There's no changing, there's no, like, I'm determined
already.
I'm positive, like,
okay.
5,000% sure, like,
okay.
Around 6:30, 7 o'clock, he
Yeah.
always walks the dog in the morning.
Okay.
He walks the dog across, like, over where the lake is, and our door is always unlocked.
I'll be in the house by 6:30 Wednesday morning.
Okay.
6 o'clock. All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, and I guess
You'll hear from me.
I'll hear from you.
All right.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye.
In their 23-minute conversation, they agreed on a payment of $7,000 for the murder. To plan out the perfect sting operation, they now needed to bring in her husband Michael into the plan and explain to him what was going on. So with that, the husband was brought in on the plan and asked to be at the station during the hours of the fake planned hit. At this time, Dahlia was told to be at the gym, her designed alibi. So, while she was there, the police called her and immediately asked her to come home, which she knew was where her husband was meant to be killed. To her, this would be the police calling her to be informed of her husband's demise, so she had to act accordingly. Why don't you be the judge and see how she did?
I'm Sergeant Ramsey. I'm the one that called you. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry to call you. Listen, we had a report of a disturbance at your house, and there were shots fired. Is your husband Michael? Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, ma'am. He's been killed. He's been killed, man. I'm sorry.
No, he's not.
Listen.
No.
Try to calm down. Listen, right now what we need to get you to the station. We need to get you to our police station. I can't let you see him, man. We have to do our job. If you want us to find his killer, okay, we need you to calm down. I'm going to need you to go with these detectives, okay? Does he have enemies? Is there anyone that would want to hurt him? Okay, who would want to hurt him? Witnesses said they saw a black male running from me. I can't let you see him, ma'am. Ma'am, I cannot do this right now. Ma'am, I can't do it. Detective Yopi, I need you to take her to the station. I can't. Ma'am, go with these detectives. If you want to help your husband, okay? If you want to help your husband, you need to go to the station with these gentlemen and tell us everything you know about who he knows, who he's connected to. Don't worry, we've already taken care of your dogs with animal control for right now. Everything's under control. And we'll take care of everything else, okay? Thank you, guys.
Now, Dahlia is taken to the police station so that she can answer about the whereabouts. So far, the police's sting operation is a massive success. They just have to see what else they can dig out of her in the interrogation.
Protocol that we have to do with this with your wife. We got to advise you of your rights, so you know, okay? If you don't understand any of them, you just tell me, and I'll stop and repeat. And first of all, let me just tell you, I'm sorry for your loss.
I just want to see my husband, please.
All right, honey.
I love my husband. We really love you, too.
No, you don't want to see him.
I just want to see him.
Believe me, you don't. Could you listen, please? I'm required to warn you before you make any statement that you have the following constitutional rights. Now, you know that I've advised you of your rights, right?
Yes, you have.
Okay. The game's over with. Okay? There's no more games with you and I. Now we're going to get down to serious business. I want to know if you know this guy. Come here. Bring this guy in here. Get over here. Get over here. You know who this guy is?
No.
You've never seen him before?
I've never seen him before. Ever.
Do you know her?
Put your head up and look at her.
Put your head up.
I've never seen him.
What were you doing coming out of her house? Get him out of here. You're going to jail today for solicitation of murder. You're under arrest. That's an undercover police officer. We filmed everything that you did, recorded everything that you did. You're going to jail for solicitation of first-degree murder of your husband.
I didn't do anything.
Did you hear what I just told you?
I heard what you said, but I didn't do
Everything,
anything.
listen to me. Everything has been recorded. You were photographed in the convertible when you sat in his car in the front of CVS. What do you want to do? What do you want to do here?
I didn't
Dahlia?
do anything.
Listen to
I
me.
didn't do anything.
You're going to
I
jail.
didn't do anything, please. I didn't do anything.
Don't tell me you didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
You're going to jail today. As soon as I'm done, they're going to come in here and handcuff you and take you to the Palm Beach County Jail, book you for solicitation of first-degree murder on your husband. Your husband is well and alive.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah, thank God.
Please? Can I see him?
No, he doesn't want to see you.
I so wanted to see him.
He doesn't want to see you.
Please.
You better quit your playing. Listen to me. I want you to quit your acting and get this over with.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Okay. You know what? You need a real good attorney. You need a real good attorney because we're going to show them the film where you say you're 5,000% sure you want him dead. You think I made that up? You think I made that up? It's exactly what's going to happen. I'm talking with you. When I leave this room, no other officer will ever talk to you again. The next time we see you is when you're in trial. Now, you can make it right here, or you're going to trial, and you're going to do life in prison. You want to cooperate with us, whatever you want to do. It's over and done once I walk out. I'm not coming back in to talk to you. And no one else is either. What do you want to do before I leave here? Because the next officer comes here, going to handcuff you and take you to the jail.
I'd like to see my husband, please.
No, he doesn't want to see you. He doesn't want to see you. I'm leaving now. Can I have an officer come in here and cuff the person?
I don't know what's going on, please.
We'll go ahead and arrest her for solicitation first degree murder.
I want to see what's happening, please.
Can you first stand up?
Stand up, please.
Oh my God.
He's alive.
Come here, please. Come here. Mike, come here. Come here, please. Come here.
Can't fix it.
Why not? I didn't do anything
I
to
heard
you.
you.
Mike, come here, please. Come here.
Okay, thank you. We'll take her back to booking, please.
On that day, Dalia DiPolito was charged with solicitation of first-degree murder. At the time, the case wasn't popular, but at the same time, the infamous TV show Cops was filming in the area where the police force's sting operation began. During her trial, Dalia's defense lawyer argued that she had been deceived into signing the cops' release form, and asserted that her husband Michael had orchestrated the scheme to be featured on the show Cops. Despite these defense strategies, both attempts proved unsuccessful, leading to Dalia DiPolito's conviction in 2017 and subsequent sentencing to a 20-year prison term. Dalia won't be able to see outside of her prison until the year 2032, and she should consider herself lucky. If she had gone with her plans, she would have served life for doing so.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 25. I applied my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this have I found, says the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account. Which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found. But a woman among all those have I not found. Lo, this only have I found, that Yahweh has made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. I want to give all the praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yehoshai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodesh. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the 144,000, to the hopeful elect brothers and sisters of the house of Israel. As you can see, the wickedness of this woman who came from nothing, married her husband. He had it all. He was in a bit of trouble with some fraud. So he signed over all of these properties and his wealth, everything over to her. And then the minute he signed over his wealth to her, she now planned his hit. She wanted him dead. She gets a hitman. She gets her ex-boyfriend to find a hitman. The ex-boyfriend goes to the police. The police send an undercover cop to her. She says she's 5,000% sure she wants him dead. She plans the murder. The day of the killing, she gets a call to say, come, your husband's been killed. She comes home, and my gosh, she could have got an Oscar for her acting, for her false lamentation. She was lamenting. She could have got an Oscar for her acting. Man, I tell you, boy, this world is dangerous. One more scripture, a couple more scriptures. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 27. Let me just quickly put this up on the screen. Proverbs 23, verse 27. Right, so that's 27. I want 26. 26. Hold on. Proverbs 23, verse 27. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. She also lies in wait as for prey, and increases the transgressions amongst men. That's what she was. She was a Delilah. She was Delilah. Remember Delilah? Judges chapter 16. It's Judges chapter 16. She was a Delilah. Samson's weakness. She was a harlot, an absolute harlot. As it says, then went Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot and went in unto her. She was an absolute harlot, that woman. Jump down to verse 4. And it came to pass afterwards that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. Now, can you believe that woman's name was Dahlia? Her name was Dahlia Dapilot, or Dapilot, something like that. That's what her name was. Her name was Dahlia. Her name was Dahlia. Yeah, her name was Dahlia Dipolito. Dahlia Dipolito. She might have been related to Delilah. So, and Delilah said unto Samson, tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lies, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. That was just like that woman there, Dahlia. She was just like Delilah. Wanted to know Samson's strength so she can get him killed by the Philistines. Right? We'll jump down to verse, so to get straight to the point. There you go. Delilah extracts his secret. So she knew, Dahlia knew, she knew the secret of her other half, that he had some fraud cases and he was in trouble with the police for some fraud. So he didn't want to lose all of his assets. So he signed it all over to his wife. So she knew his weakness. And then she used his weakness, right, against him to have him killed. Once she found out what his weakness was and he signed over all of his properties to her and his money to her, she then planned to have him killed, just like Delilah. So this girl here, her name is.
I'm the one that called you. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry to call you. Listen, we had a report of a disturbance at your house, and there were shots fired. Is your husband Michael? Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, man. He's been killed. He's been killed, man. I'm sorry.
No, he's not.
Listen.
No.
Try to calm down.
No.
What you just saw was Dahlia Dipolito crying.
That's her name, Dahlia Dipolito. That's your modern day Delilah. Dahlia Dipolito. So that's what she done. She extracted his secret. She knew his secret, her husband's secret about his fraud thing. So he signed over all of his properties to her, his money to her. And then once she got all that, she now wanted him dead. She wanted him out of the way. So just like Delilah here. Judges chapter 16, verse 15. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee with thine heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lies. And it came to pass, when she pressed him daily with her words, and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death, then he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there has not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto Yahweh from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, the hitmen, saying, Come up this once, for he has showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand, right? Just like she did. She was paying them to kill him. And she made him sleep upon her knees. And she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out at other times before and shake myself. And he was not that the Lord was departed from him. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him on down to Gaza and bound him with fetters of brass, and he did grind in the prison house. Right? And that's what they did. Howbeit the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven. So that's what they did. Right? She was like Delilah. She extracted what she needed from him, and then she wanted him killed. So on that note, I'm going to leave it there and pray you're edified. Be careful of these women, brothers. This is for you brothers out there that are in the truth. Be careful of these women. I want to give all the praises and the glory
over her husband's death
to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, to the elders of Great Millstone.
You see here, from her immediate outburst of sorrow to the officer reporting, it's all done to uncover the actual plot. In this video, we're
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises, all praises.